Hello, guys. Good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Approaching towards midnight. It's around 10 p.m. here. I am doing a couple of episodes. This is the second one, and I do apologize in the beginning for this voice. I'm having tea, very hot tea, no sugar, nothing, but trying to get better because I have this whole system jammed with the phlegm and cold. So this is the seasonal change flu. Everybody's having it, but the worst part of this is I cannot smell anything. Like for 2 days now, I'm taking antibiotics. Absolutely no smell. Even if I go to morning poo poo, I can't smell anything. Good thing, I can go around the dirtiest places, no problem. Anyway, why am I talking about that? Anyway, the reason, okay, I have reviewed quite a few fragrances. Until now I smelled, the before my nose, like the smelling sensation went away. Whatever I could smell, I reviewed. So I ordered a few more fragrances, but I can only review them once I get my smelling sensation back, maybe 5 or 6 more days for antibiotics. But in the meantime, I can do this. The list, they can carry on because I have memories of them. So today I am going to do that video that I said day before yesterday, that some memorable flankers, not flankers, clones or inspired fragrances that usually get forgotten over time. There are great fragrances like 9 p.m. by Afnan. People still love that. And there are a lot of mainstream fragrances, like a lot of Baccarat Rouge inspired fragrances, Aventus inspired fragrances. I covered some today and some I did not cover. So this is not the ultimate list, but 13 of my memorable, I think, and this is how I separated them. 10 already from the past, I have good memories, and 3 new I bought in recent months, and I think they're going to be memorable. So these are good clones, alternatives, not exactly 100% at times, but good alternatives to original. I'll talk about them in no particular order. Okay, first fragrance I'm going to show you is this massive bottle of Armaf Intense Man. This is the EDP version. So I mean to show you the EDT, the 105 ml, that version, original one with the silver sprayer. I have it still, but this was near me, so I picked it up. So CDNIM has been quite a revelation. Like if you talk about it, when we started our game, 2015-16, that time this fragrance was hugely loved and hugely hated. The Creed Aventus lovers absolutely hated it because people said this smells like Creed Aventus, but in the opening, I found no similarity to Aventus whatsoever. And it took me time to understand this, but I really love something about this fragrance. Okay, one thing is the price point, much cheaper than Creed. Another thing is the longevity of the older batches, especially, man, that nowadays the Perfume, EDP, special limitation, those things, they do perform better, but the regular CDM became watered down a little bit. But this left quite impression. I gave it to my father, I gave it gift to my friend, and everywhere I smell this since 2016 in Dhaka, since I landed here. So this is a very successful. I have had my part, hyping this up, but not me. This was not my work. My work was mostly Shura and a few of the other ones. So for me, this fragrance is one of the GOATs, GOAT, greatest of all time. You can say this is a Cristiano Ronaldo in the game. Some of you hate him, some of you love him, but CDNIM is one of the memorable one for me. Definitely, if you never tried it, give it a try. Opening lemon is a little bit like a lemon pledge, but it gets better on the dry down. Next one I'm going to talk about is like one of my favorite Lattafas. Okay, this one I think is the best till now clone of Bulgari's Tiger, which is called Qiam Silver by Lattafa. This is the Pride line. Okay, Pride line means a little bit more expensive. Usual Lattafas are like around 20s. This is more like I paid under 50, 45, $50. But nowadays you can have this for 35, 45. But of course, a little bit more pricey. But the bottle is really nice. You can see bottle is very beautiful. So this one, when I had it, I decided never gonna buy Tiger again. I did make the mistake of owning Tiger because it was so expensive. Later I realized I didn't need that. I loved it so much, I enjoyed it, trust me, but every spray felt like sin, because so expensive. So expensive, ma. In Malaysia we would talk, we would talk like that, like Shanghai Nights or something, those movies, Rush Hour. So anyway, so this fragrance is really good, more creamy, more solid. It does not beat Tiger for performance, but for the price that you pay, you get a very decent 6 to 7 hours, and very beautiful. I really enjoy wearing this. I enjoy all the clones, but so far this is my favorite. Qiam Silver definitely left an impression. Next is a classic. Man, this is this fragrance. I'll do a part 2 of this. Obviously I have a few more fragrances in this kind of typical list. Davidoff Cool Water. Okay, Davidoff. I love their coffee. I have a backup bottle I bought. Oh man, Yeah, talking about it, this was not planned, by the way. This is just always here. So I do love their coffee. I think they also make cigars, which is very nice, but never got to try one, unfortunately. But this is affordable. Those are expensive. This is affordable. This has been in market for a very, very long time, and some people say it's a Green Irish Street clone. It's inspired by that Pierre Bourdon. I think, yeah, the same perfumer who did the Creed, but didn't get the accolade or something like recognition from Creed. Creed always do not. They say their perfumers are mostly their in-house perfumers, the owners, but then he made it like his version in the designer side, very affordable, 20 something dollars. Everybody had cool water in their time, and I feel this is a little bit more nicer than Green Irish Tweed. Of course, I'm not a niche head, I'm a designer head, but this is more wearable. This is more blue, the nice aromatic properties, kind of like a sage, blue, green, lavender. These properties come up, and it has kind of like a lemon verbena, or you can say not very citrusy, but I really enjoy the smell. They made cool water so many flankers, but they failed to deliver one thing. Should have made like a beast mode version, like Boss Bottle they did EDP Intense. They should have made cool water EDP Intense, or they made Parfum, right? But they don't smell like cool water. If they made beast mode and imagine like a nice little opening, that would be a masterpiece. They could have done much better with the flankers. But cool water remains is one of my favorite. I think it's on its own regard, it's a good fragrance. Next one, a beast. La Yuqawam Purom by Rasasi. Okay, I was going to show you some other Rasasis today, but no, let's go with this. This thing, just like CDNIM, hugely hyped. When it came out, everybody talked about how good this is. Tuscan Leather had nothing on this, even though this is a dupe of that, right? By Tuscan Leather by Tom Ford. Because the price point, man, Tom Ford's back in the days, even $350 minimum, and versus 65 $75 for 75 mil, let's say 100 ml per $100 per 100 mil. And this stuff has raspberry like no one had raspberries before, that good. The leather is beautiful. It's you can say a little bit beast mode loud, but not animalic like Shura. Sorry. So this stuff left an impression. If you ask me what the best dupes ever made in history, this is definitely one of them. Check out the reviews back in the days. La Yuqawam Purom by Rasasi. Next one is a BDC clone or inspired Missoni Parfum Purom. BDC means Bleu de Chanel. I really like this house, and I love their magnetic caps. Really nice, just like Chanel. And it's affordable. It's one third price of Chanel, but smells really nice. It's a little bit different in the opening from Bleu de Chanel. It cannot copy the grapefruit, but apart from that, the dry down, it's a less incensey version of Bleu de Chanel. It's a very like, let's say the smell doesn't change so much. It's like a same smell throughout the whole life, and it has about 6 to 7 hours performance. Really, really good fragrance. You can try. There's another one which is a clone of Versace Purom, Missoni's Wave. I think that is also good, but I don't have it anymore. You can try that. That's more creamier, more longer lasting version of PPH, but this is very, very good. Okay, Missoni Parfum Purom. I'll write down the names. 5 done. Next 5. Next one is the one that nobody sees coming. Okay, and I hope I can remember the original's name, but let me show this one first. This is called Altamir, or Altamir by Ted Lapidus. This fragrance gets mentioned only by OG reviewers. What I mean by that, Chris, Scentland, guys like that, or I would say Chad, Gentleman's Journey. And these are our teachers. These are the guys who showed us, they're like powerhouse fragrances, this other side where affordable perfumes can make a huge impression. There you go. Houses like Jacques Bogart, Lapidus, YSL. So this is one of those, not really beast mode, but it's a beautiful fragrance. I don't know which one came out first though. Okay, this one or the original, people say, is I think Gaultier Square Gaultier 2 by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Okay, that is very hard to find. They used to have this twin bottles with a magnet, and then they had a 100 ml bottle. All discontinued, but I heard rumors they re-released it. I don't know how good that is, but this one I tried, very, very close to that. Okay, and I had a bottle of it. I reviewed Gaultier Square. I love that. Got this I think vanilla, burnt sugar. I don't remember exact notes, but very beautiful fragrance, man. That fragrance is one of the best fragrances ever made, and people still talk about it. If you crave for that, get this Altamir. Very beautiful fragrance, nobody talks about. Next one is this Mercedes-Benz Cologne, and I will emphasis on this because it's summer. This fragrance is a sheer beauty. Durham Cologne on budget, simple, and more lemon. and the white florals are replaced by that better performance than Dior at a much cheaper price tag. Even at discontinuation, this is cheaper than the Dior. So take a look at that. I'm not gonna say much on it. It's already known. Next one, discovered during the last winter, and I got this. I was so happy. This is a fragrance everybody should try once if you love Kute by Unique Luxury. This is called Wild Stone Whisky. This is a love it or hate it fragrance. Many people love it, some people hated it, but great thing about this fragrance, performance through the roof. In winter, I was wearing this. One of my brothers bought this based on my review. He came to meet me to have a cup of tea. I was like, "What are you wearing?" And he's like, "You know this, you reviewed it." I'm like, "That this one, right, whiskey?" He's like, "Yeah." And man, the Baraonda, okay, that fragrance, or just now I talk about Kute. These fragrances are very expensive. Okay, compared to that, this fragrance is nothing. Trust me, go and check the price on this. This is very much budget version, of course, not the same quality in the opening, but dry down you get a lot of that DNA of Kute in this one, especially if you like the boozy smell. Amazing boozy fragrance on the budget, left me with good memories. Next one, I think this is the best interpretation of so far, in my humble opinion, of Angel Share. This is called Sharaf blend by Zimaya. This is from House of Afnan, or Americans say Afnan. Take a look at this. If I hold it like this, imagine there's no cap. I'm holding this nice Scotch whiskey, man. I could use one anyway. Sorry, being naughty. But this bottle, beautiful, and this is actually like 35, 40, whatever dollars you spend, really good investment. Smells so close to the real deal, except that opening. You know, the opening is in Angel Share. I have it, I love it, but so expensive again. It's like crazy expensive, the by Killian one. So this I think beats Khamra, some of the other ones that I have reviewed in terms of quality and how close this is. This is the closest. Okay, this one definitely I love. Okay, Sharaf blend by Zimaya Afnan. So next one, and then you have the last three. The last three are the newer ones. Is this one. Next one is called Lattafa Raghba Oud Intense. This is discontinued in my humble opinion, or my observation. Many people said get a backup bottle. So this one, what does it clone? It does not clone anything straight up. Okay, like I would not say this one is cloning one on one, stronger with you, absolutely intensely. You know that fragrance, or that DNA, right? That DNA, it's an expensive DNA. I have a little bit of juice left on my absolutely good memories of that fragrance, and these are my more expensive fragrances I bought in my journey. I don't think I'm going to buy any of them again, but I ordered the tobacco one. That one I heard is a masterpiece, but this thing, people say it's a bit spicy, woodier, smokier, like so much more smoke. So what you get from Stronger With You, and you mix it with By the Fireplace by Mason Martin Margiela, which I also have, you get this. Yeah, you can see some elements are borrowed, but this is a good fragrance on its own as well. This one can stand up among so many expensive fragrances with so much pride. That good. Okay, trust me on this one. It's not a very big money maker for me or anything. I mean, there's obviously they did not sponsor me to say this, because these fragrances are darn cheap. You can buy them. So whatever money you spend on this, it's a very good fragrance. Okay, so Raghba Oud Intense, I think really good fragrance for winter. So last three. These three left me with an impression. Okay, I'm telling you straight up, these three are so good, and I'm gonna use them in this summer as well, in upcoming years. But already very good, I can tell you. Armaf bag again, Armaf niche Sapphire. Until I got this, I did not know. My good friend LJ, he lives in, I think he's from South Africa originally, and New Zealand he lived in. Now he's living in States. We are best of buddies. This guy says, man, the day I tried this, and I was so impressed how powerful this is. Like, it is like Invictus, but manly Invictus. It doesn't have that annoying, playful, sweet, bubblegummy shit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't use that word. But, in general, like Armaf made some good fragrances, and they made some terrible ones. This is one of their best creations. Their best line from this line is obviously Armaf Niche Oud. I don't know still what it's cloning, but I did say my part, but it's not exactly a clone. This thing is going to be a champ for summer. Take a look at my review, then you'll see Armaf Niche Sapphire. It is Invictus style, Invictus Aqua style, but with like more power, like more spiciness, and the sweetness is less. It's like a more manly version of Invictus. That's it in general. So the next one I was really impressed by is this one. Similar looking bottle, but different fragrance. Lattafa Qaa'ed Intense. Okay, this one, it's getting some love from me. Trust me, I've been already showing this for last 2-3 videos for good reasons. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Many fragrances are good, but they cannot make like a very good clone of it sometimes. Like that is like 75, 85. This is a 95% or more, similar to that Givenchy. If you like that, if you do not think it's worth the money, try this, okay? If you have the original, you can still have this, layer it with that, it will enhance the performance. Beautiful, sweet, boozy, and honey, really nice experience and very affordable, 230, 35 bucks. Last but not least, number one today is gonna be in my collection for a very long time. Is again Lattafa. Yeah, what's happening? One, two, three. I did not see them, by the way, when I picked them up. At least three, no, four Lattafas in this list. This is Lattafa Al Nashama Caprice. So some brothers are telling me get the original Nashama, not the Caprice. That one is a clone of one of the niche fragrances. If I can, I will. But this month, my target is not to buy that many colognes, all right? But trust me, YSL, La Nuit de l'Homme, Blue Electric, such a beautiful clone of that. This is very good. Even I would say uh, it's a tie basically. Like is it what is called Jack of Clubs by Fragrance World? This is also a good La Nuit de l'Homme slash Blue Electric clone, but this is straight up Blue Electric. You know, like very close. If you have the Jack of Clubs or Guess Seductive on Blue, maybe you don't need that. But if you don't have any of that and you really was thinking to buy a La Nuit de l'Homme Blue Electric, which is of better quality, obviously, 150 bucks versus how much is this, 30 something dollars? No brainer. Okay, amazing fragrance. So there you go. This is the 13 fragrance I wanted to show today. Do let me know your thoughts. What are your memorable clones that left you with impression at a cheaper price tag, but not always necessarily much cheaper? La Yuqawam is like now $100. But anyway, so these are the ones that I really enjoy. Take care, have a nice day, and I'll see you soon. Pray for me, okay? So I get better. Bye bye.